starting IVF soon. What are the do and don'ts? Okay, yes, starting IVF soon. That's a really, really good question. So let me tell you, IVF is a roller coaster. It is a roller coaster, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. I'm not going to make it sound like it's all peaches and cream. It is a roller coaster, and one of the things that a couple of things I can tell you is to make sure that you have a strong relationship with your partner, because you're going to need each other like you've never needed each other before. Because throughout that period of time that you're going through IVF, you don't know what to expect, and you can do every single thing right in IVF and still not come out with the end result, which is a baby. So you are definitely going to need each other, and you're going to need to strengthen your faith in God. You're going to need to strengthen your belief system and your faith, and you're going to really need to build your relationship with Him through prayer, because you're really going to need that higher power to help you to continue to go through in the long haul. I would recommend, based on, if you let me know, how old are you, Jen? If you don't mind me asking. Asking someone's age sometimes gets a little tricky. People don't want to say their age. But if you're over 35, I would definitely recommend that you are taking antioxidant supplements like... you're 31. That's actually a really good age. That means you have eggs. That means you still have a high ovarian reserve. I started IVF when I was 35 years old. And I feel like I got in right at the point where I still had enough eggs that they were able to retrieve. So 31 is a very good age, but you don't want to take it lightly. You want to start now. Do you have any kids, or have you ever been pregnant? If you can let me know, have you ever been pregnant? That way, that would give me a good assessment of where you are at. I would recommend that you start with CoQ10 ubiquinol. CoQ10 is excellent, which helps to refresh your eggs. It gives it oxygen, it gives them energy, and it helps them work. Almost like, when your car is broken down and it needs a jump and you need to give it that boost, that's what CoQ10 does. I would recommend that supplement for you. I would recommend that you start taking... if you're not taking already, I would recommend that you are taking prenatal, whole food prenatal pills, organic. I would recommend that you're on a fertility diet, a nutritionally based, nutrition dense fertility diet where you're getting high amounts of antioxidants from your food, where you're getting fiber. I would recommend that you try to make sure that you are not estrogen dominant. I'm pregnant at 27, but I'm so sorry about that. And so you're trying again at 31. This is a good age to be trying IVF. And the great thing about IVF is that you're going to be able to store your eggs. Once you start and once you retrieve your eggs, you're going to be able to store them. And so you will be able to use those embryos each and every time. And you don't have to go and freeze your eggs, because when they do the retrieval, you're actually going to be freezing them through that process. So that's excellent. So like I said, I want to recommend that you start with your prenatals, whole food prenatal pills, high in folic acid. Make sure that they're organic and that it's a whole food prenatal. I personally like My Kind. It's excellent brands. I love Gaia. And they're whole food, they're organic, and they really do the trick. Make sure you get like high folic acid, at least 600 milligrams. CoQ10 is excellent to help you with your egg quality, making sure that the eggs have energy and that they're ready to work for you. That's excellent. I'm taking needed prenatal. Which prenatal pills are you taking, if you don't mind me asking? That's very important because the prenatals are going to prepare your body for pregnancy. And I would start taking the prenatals at least 3 months prior to your IVF, that you start IVF. Definitely cut out any alcohol, any drinking, any smoking, any bad habits that you have. Stop it now. It's called needed. Okay, I've never heard of that prenatal. But as long as it's a whole food prenatal and it's organic and it has at least 600 milligrams of folic acid, then, you know, you can continue. But folic acid is very, very important for the development of the baby. And so you miscarried due to a polyp. Was that polyp removed? I'd like to know, was that polyp removed? Hello, we have another person who just joined. Welcome, come on in. Thanks for coming into this live. Any more questions anyone has, please feel free to write them down in the comments, in the chats, and I am here to answer your questions. So please don't hesitate and don't be shy. Okay, excellent. So that polyp was removed. I'm very happy to hear that. Marble is here. Hi, Fragrance Creator. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Marble Creation. Thanks for joining us today. So just getting back to some of the things that you can do to prepare yourself for conception. Definitely start with the prenatals, and if you feel comfortable with the needed prenatals, continue. And also the CoQ10. CoQ10 is excellent. 918 milligrams of folate. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. So that you want to continue doing that. And also you want to also have your vitamin D levels checked. Make sure that you're taking your vitamin D, which is very, very important. Because a lot of women miscarry due to a lack of vitamin D. So make sure that you have your vitamin D check, your prenatals. Those are very, very important things that you want to maintain and that you want to work on to start to prepare your body for conception. And again, removing any alcohol, any drugs, get rid of all of those things because those are very important when you're trying to conceive. Also, if you're a coffee drinker, coffee has been known to disrupt the hormonal balance and it can stop ovulation. So make sure that if you are drinking coffee, you're only drinking 2 cups of coffee a day, which equals to 200 milligrams. How much milligrams of vitamin D should we take? I would recommend it's based on if you're deficient or not. If you are not deficient, I would take maybe 2,000 milligrams a day. But if you are deficient, you can take up to 5,000 to 10,000 a day. So find out if you are deficient first by once you go to the fertility clinic. They will be testing you for that. You can ask them to test your vitamin D. You can ask them to test your thyroid. You can ask them to test your hormone levels. They are going to do a full hormonal panel on you when they're going to be able to see your FSH levels, your AMH levels, which lets them know what your egg reserve, your ovarian reserve is looking like. So trust me, once you go to the fertility clinic, they're going to do a complete workup on you. They're going to do a baseline ultrasound, which is going to tell you how many follicles you have, how many follicles they can see, if you have any fibroids, if you have anything that may prevent implantation of the embryo. How much vitamin C? Liquid vitamin D is best. Yes, liquid vitamin D is excellent. Personally, I like the supplements because I like to know exactly how much of the vitamin D that I'm taking. So if you're not, if you don't have an issue taking pills, I personally would take the supplements, the pill form, because you need to know exactly the intake amount. And when you take when you do the pill supplement form, you'll know exactly how much you're taking. When you do the liquid vitamin D, you're doing drops, and you know the amount varies. So personally, I would do the pill form. We have another person who's joined us. Thank you for coming on in. Again, ladies, please write your questions down. Any questions or things that you're going through and that you need support in, please let me know, and hopefully I can answer those questions and provide you with some support today. A couple of other things that you may want to do for before you begin your IVF process is making sure that you are prepared mentally. Mentally, it's very, very important because IVF can take a toll on your emotional levels. Make sure that you meditate. Make sure that you journal. Make sure that you are heavy into prayer. Make sure that you have a calm and cool spirit, because emotionally you want to make sure that you are well enough to handle what IVF can bring. Thank you for joining us. We have another person who's joined us, 1981. So sometimes if I can't read the names, I'll just point something out in your handle. So I see 15 just joined, 1981 just joined. Thank you guys for coming on in. Thank you for your hearts. I appreciate the love. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. Hi, 1981. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm here to answer those questions, and we're opening up the communication. We really want to be helpful in letting you know that you can ask questions right now. This is your time. If you're dealing with any reproductive health issues, any IVF issues, recurrent miscarriages, fibroids, endometriosis, I'm here to answer your questions. And back to the lady who is starting IVF, make sure you are doing a nutrient-dense fertility diet. And what that means is that you're having high vitamins, mineral content, vegetables, whole grains, beans, nuts, and seeds. These things really help prepare your body, and they help keep your hormones leveled and not imbalanced with estrogen. And they will help increase your uterine lining. So you really want to make sure that your progesterone levels and your estrogen levels are at the same level, where there's not estrogen dominance, so that you can be able to conceive properly, and that your uterine lining is thick. Yes, the seeds. I definitely highly recommend seed cycling. Seed cycling is excellent for balancing your hormones. If you feel like you are estrogen dominant, seed cycling is excellent, because you're going to need that pregnancy hormone, which is progesterone, to thicken that uterine lining, even if you're doing IVF, so that the embryo will stick to your uterine lining. Make sure that you're eating dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, cauliflower, Swiss chard, heavy antioxidants, omega-3s, wild-caught salmon, Alaskan cod. Cod liver oil is excellent. Liver is very, very good. It's very high in omega-3s. Make sure that it's grass-fed and that it's organic and comes from an animal that is organic, because you don't want to get the liver of a cow that is not organic or that is not grass-fed, because you'll be taking in all of those pesticides and hormones into your body, which can't help you get pregnant. 1981, any questions you have for me? Anything you're dealing with, that's suffering with, that you need help with to get pregnant and to heal some reproductive health issues, please feel free to ask me. So some things that cause endocrine disruptors, a lot of the problems we face as women is due to estrogen and estrogen dominance. So you want to be careful with BPA, plastic water bottles, cookware, seeing if you have Teflon on your cookware. You want to be careful with the things that you're putting on your hair, your makeup, your nail polish. All of those things. Don't have anything to ask now. Okay, well, you're here to any foods, vitamins that can aid in avoiding miscarriage. Absolutely. I would recommend raspberry leaf tea is excellent. Raspberry leaf tea helps you to prevent miscarriages, and it helps the uterine lining thicken. I would also recommend maca. Maca is excellent for preventing miscarriages. It has high antioxidants, and it also thickens the uterine lining. I'm just here to listen. Well, welcome. We are happy to have you. high foods in omega-3s, liver, lentils, beans, chickpeas, pinto beans. Seed cycling is excellent as well. You want to eat pomegranates, blueberries, strawberries, prunes, food heavy in antioxidants. Those things are really, really helpful. Eating a nutrient-dense fertility diet is excellent when you are trying to conceive. Fiber assists in eliminating estrogen in the body, which is extremely helpful because you do not want to be estrogen dominant where your progesterone is low, and you cannot keep the baby and hold the baby into the uterine lining. Well, flaxseed is very rich in estrogen. So flaxseed you want to be very careful in, because even though flaxseed has a lot of nutrients in it, when you are trying to conceive, you do not want to be estrogen dominant. So I would refrain from flaxseed seed. Try chia seeds. Try Brazilian walnuts, try walnuts. Those seeds are excellent. Even try pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds have very high levels of zinc, and those things will really help to increase the progesterone. You want to also make sure that you're doing whole grains, beans, nuts, and seeds, which are part of you're really good, which are part of seed cycling. Seed cycling is excellent to prepare your body on hormones for preparation for conception. So another thing that you want to use is chaste tree berry vitex. This helps prevent miscarriages. It helps increase your progesterone. It helps tone the uterus. It helps prevent miscarriages because it thickens the uterine lining. So I've already told you about raspberry leaf tea, maca, and chaste tree berry vitex, which are 3 excellent herbs to help you prepare for conception. Any other questions you guys might have? Also, too, please consider acupuncture. Chinese medicine is excellent in preparing for conception at least 3 months prior to trying to conceive. What that does is bring heavy blood flow to your uterus, and that helps the body prepare for conception. It is excellent. I highly recommend acupuncture. And you want to do fertility acupuncture, which is specific to the uterus. That will help get blood flow to the uterus and help it prepare for conception. These are excellent tools, excellent treatment options that you can try holistically that will prepare you for trying to conceive, and they will also help prevent reoccurring miscarriages. Thank you all for coming onto this live. I'm so happy to see you. And you also want to make sure that you're watching your weight when you're trying to conceive, because fat cells actually trigger blood sugar levels, which produce more estrogen in the body. So try to keep your weight and maintain your weight low so that you can make sure that your hormones are leveled and balanced. Okay, these are all very important things in trying to conceive. Also, if you are experiencing recurrent miscarriages and you're finding it difficult to conceive, please book a discovery call with me. I do offer a 15-minute free discovery call where I can talk to you via Zoom and we can chat about some of your issues, and hopefully I can help you, lead you in the right path to preparing for you to conceive. Also, if you like to book a one-on-one session with me, you can log on to www.howtocopewithinfertilityandivf.com. I do offer one-on-one sessions. I do offer 3 sessions and 6 sessions as well. So I am definitely at your service, and I am so happy to help you on your journey to motherhood, especially if you're about to go through IVF. It is a long process, and you do need not only the emotional support, but just the knowledge to prepare you specific to your needs for IVF and to conceive if you're considering conceiving naturally. It has been wonderful chatting with you guys, and I'm so grateful that you guys